Hi guys, Dave here from Wolf in the Wild Survival. Beautiful autumn day. It's just living large. It is so nice out. Okay, I got to apologize. I'm really close to a road and it's kind of windy out, so the audio is probably not great on this video, but I got to do what I got to do. And today's video, the Nannyberry, these are the only bushes that I know about in London. They're not all that common in my area. Okay, let me don't blow up my comments telling me, you know, how common they are and how I don't know what I'm talking about. In my area, Nannyberry is not super common. So I got to shoot the video where I can, when I can. Okay. So back here behind me, and then along this little trail, are these little bushes. There's not a lot of leaves left on them. I'm shooting the video about 2, maybe 3 weeks later than I probably should have to get the full effect. But like I say, you know, I've been awfully busy, and I just didn't get it done. Not when it would have been great. But it's still going to be pretty good. So let me grab a leaf over here and start this video off. Okay. Here is a cluster of the fruit. Now, I can tell you right now, and I don't know if I can get a comparison video shot this year or not, but I will try. But you could mistake gray dogwood for these berries, or drupes, fairly easily if you don't know what you're doing. And gray dogwood is barely toxic. Probably not toxic enough to really hurt you, but it ain't gonna be a good day. So you don't want to mistake these two. And they do have some resemblance. Now, Nannyberry starts off as with a light green, sort of yellowish color, and it slowly ripens to a black or a blue-black. Whereas gray dogwood is white and ripens to a similar kind of black, blue-black color late in the year. Maybe a little bit later than the Nannyberry, but I mean, some bushes mature faster than others. I think probably with one taste you're gonna know, you know, sort of the difference. So if you're not sure, because you have both in your area specifically, just take one berry and just give a little taste. If it tastes really horrible, it's not Nannyberry, it's probably gray dogwood. Because gray dogwood don't really taste all that good at all. If it's Nannyberry, it's gonna have like a sort of a sweet kind of flavor to it, but it's gonna be it's kind of hard to put my finger on it. Like the inside of the fruit is mushy, like kind of like maybe like fig or prune might be kind of mushy, but it reminds me of witch hobble, but that might not help because a lot of people wouldn't have witch hobble. It's really hard to describe. If you've had witch hobble, then you'll know. Okay. There is one single pit on the inside. Most of the inside of the fruit is taken up by this seed. So you don't get a whole lot out of the Nannyberry. And oftentimes in culinary uses, it would be added to other things to kind of bulk it up, so you have the flavor, but you know, you don't need to harvest quite so many to enjoy, I suppose. A little bit of flour and heavy cream, and sort of bake it into like a pudding, or sorry guys, I'm not that sophisticated. The word flambe is coming to mind, but I don't think that's right. I'm not a sophisticated. I grew up in the bush, guys. I'm sorry. Okay. So some of these drupes aren't quite ripe yet. So and I wouldn't recommend eating not ripe fruit of any tree at all. I don't know if it's specifically dangerous to eat unripened nannyberry, in all honesty. Some fruits, when they're not ripe, are kind of toxic, or at least really not good for you. Other ones, they just give you a stomach ache, you know, kind of where it's not a great idea. Now, as you can see, it's like the flesh of the fruit is so soft that it's kind of very easily like smushing apart on my fingers while you eat it. So it's probably like really easy to digest as well. And it will have some soothing effects on your stomach and whatnot. Which, okay, I'm going to put these down on my bag, because I brought a little bag. I'm going to harvest some of these and take them home. But let's get into the medicinal qualities of the nannyberry. While the fruits are the edible part, and typically the most consumed, the bark and the leaves are actually the most useful medicinally. An infusion of the bark and leaves is known, or at least it has been used to treat measles. So it's probably got some antiviral qualities to it. So it hasn't traditionally been used on a lot of things other than measles as far as that goes, but if it treats measles, it might very well treat other skin conditions like impetigo or whatever that's, I believe, viral as well. Drinking an infusion of the leaves is typically used for the treatment of like painful urination, particularly like a UTI. Now, a tea made out of the roots helps to treat like heavy menstruation on days where, you know, a woman is having one of those high flow days, and you know, all the effects that kind of go with that. A tea made out of the roots will help to kind of ease back on that sort of thing, and help alleviate some of the suffering. Also, a tea made out of the bark of the plant has antispasmodic properties. Is that the properly pronunciation? Antispasm. So if you're having leg cramps, cramping caused by severe muscle fatigue, you know, any of the kind of cramping, you know, caused by pretty much anything, a tea made from the bark will alleviate the cramping, which will then alleviate the pain. So pretty handy. So here's where we get into the fruit. And I got to get up close to the camera here because it's getting pretty windy right now, and you probably won't hear me if I'm too far away. So the juice of the fruit, it's kind of an effective pain reliever. It's probably not really on par with like the inner part of willow bark, and it's definitely nowhere near on par to the ghost pipe tincture, but it is a pain relieving agent. It's also very soothing to the digestive tract. So if you're having like acid reflux or you know, digestive complaints, maybe you've eaten something that you really shouldn't have, and kind of whatever, it will help with all of that. It's very, very soothing in the digestive tract. It also will help, the juice of the berries, it will help with menstrual cramps as well. And it's probably not as effective as, say, vervain, but tastes a whole lot better. So, you know, yeah, I mean, you know, pick your poison one way or the other. How many of you guys got juicers? I bet you, like, a lot of you guys probably do. I mean, I have a juicer, for crying out loud. And they're super useful for stuff like this exactly here. If you were to take the berries with the seeds and some of the bark and juice it, the juice is actually really, really good for respiratory disease. Again, it's good for soothing your digestive tract as well as menstrual issues. I mean, super, super good. And really easy to make. You just get some of the bark, you throw the full berries in, seeds and all, juice that right up. There you go. You got a medicine that doesn't really taste all that bad. And you're not going to find a lot in nature that is really, really good for respiratory diseases, and also things that are really, really calming to the digestive tract. Like, yeah, yarrow, a couple of things, but this is really, really good for your digestive tract. And the berries are really the primary part of that. Other than that, I'm going to mosey off and see what else I can see, and maybe go get some bubble tea with my kids. That's something they really want to do today. So we'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, stay wild.